And here's just a very quick clip showing our Reading Wargames Club just restarting back after COVID. Fantastic to play, and fair play to the committee for getting the games on. For that, I'm truly grateful. Today I'm playing a 6-point game of Saga from the Age of Crusades against Wayne, and you can see the two armies or warbands we have listed and we're going to use tonight. So we created a scenario out of the excellent Book of Battles. First of all we did the scenery and we rolled, and I placed 4 pieces of terrain. Thereafter we rolled refused flank, and it meant basically you were playing across the short deploying from the short table edges. We rolled the special rule, and it was night fight. At the start of every activation phase, each active player suffers fatigue if they're not within S of a friend. We rolled game length, and it was 5 turns. And finally, the victory conditions were survival points as per the book. So we're all set to play. Great stuff. Here's how we deployed, with Wayne nearest the camera. On the left, at the front, he's got his 4 mounted half guard and 8 mounted warriors. In the centre, he's got, just in front of his warlord, he's got 4-foot half guard. He's got the 2 units of 12 pilgrims directly in front of the wood, and he's got a unit of bow to the right. Okay, and here is my deployment, far more compact. It is pretty well as you can see it, but I've got a unit of 12 warriors towards the front right, and a unit of 12 levy bow just in front of the wood.
Right, so Wayne, as you've just seen, has got 4 helmets on combat bonus and a flag, so he's expecting to get shot at. He's got a flag on fine cheats in their armour, so he's going to shoot heavily with something. He's got God's Host, which is an activation reaction, which he's going to use, I suspect, to stymie me. Anyway, what are you going to do, Wayne? Off you go.
Right, so because these are outside of 12,
you're going to do a manoeuvre.
I'm going to do a manoeuvre with the warriors.
Up to just outside of 12. Oh, you're going sideways?
Yeah, they can move in, yeah?
Yeah, just as a point out, I can spend your fatigue to slow you down if I want to. No, I don't. I'm just pointing that out. Not that I'm sure you've forgotten the rules.
Okay. Fatigue with them.
Okay, check the fatigue.
Again, with the mounted.
So I'll pop that out for you. Already there. Do you want me to put my stick out? You can then, it's probably easier, isn't it?
Can they pivot at the end or not?
It's got to be in a straight line, but you could do two M's, so you could move once and move a second time. Have you got 2 M markers, or just the one?
Yeah. Basically, just want them at the angle.
Yeah, that's fine. Yeah. It's the outside of L, which is right. Become the warriors. Making full use of the manoeuvre rule, Wayne.
Well, with the limitation on units only being able to do 1 activation.
You might as well.
You said the warlord counts as a unit, doesn't he?
He does, and he's got determination, so he's got a free move, and he can activate 1 unit within S of himself as well. And what you can do under version 2 is, if you wanted, whereas on version 1 you could only activate anybody with an S where he started from, you could move him to here, then activate them.
Okay, that's the first turn for Crusaders.
So you finished, so I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I've got 7 dice also. So I'll take 7 dice out, I'll roll them. And that's not great. Not great at all. So I've rolled 4 swords and 3 moons. Okay, so I've just rolled my dice. Didn't roll particularly well, as you saw. So I've got 1 on levy, 1 on warriors. I've got a moon on perseverance, a moon on doubts, a sword on forest of spears, and I've got 2 swords on discord. Right. Okay, so I'm going to activate my levy first, and they're going to go into the trees like that. I think I have the woods. Not on the edge, so I've got more in the wood than not, so I count as in the wood. There we go. Like that. Tree backs, you can't see me. I'm going to use perseverance, activate 2 foot units or 2 mounted units, either or. It can't be one or the other. So I'm going to go foot on them and those. Is this when you want to use your God's host because it's an activation reaction?
No.
Not yet? Okay. And I'm just going to march forward with them to there. Give my elbows. You're going to get back to get shot at, fellas. It's got that nasty. That's 1. And these will be the second one. I'm going to come this way. Just silence. Ouch. Like that. 2. Oh, sorry, my warlord is going to activate them to go forward this way. Within S, like that. You have to move twice. He's going to move to there. We're going to get some within S of him. I've got 1 more warrior activation. I could move them again. But I'm not going to. I'm just going to move them forward like that. And that's me done. So it's now turn 2. You now, with version 2, you can leave dice on there. So, for instance, if you have 1 dice on there already, you can leave them and roll 7 dice. Under version 1, obviously, you could only have in play the amount of dice you generate at the beginning of the turn. So you can leave something on there and roll 7 dice if you want, which I assume that's what you're going to do.
That's what I will do.
So you're probably going to leave your flags on, your flag on, chinks in their armour, and roll all 7, aren't you?
I'm going to leave flag on, chink in armour.
Roll your 7.
Well,
Unless you're going to use a flag on combat bonus as well.
yeah.
Maybe that might be a wise choice.
Yeah. Rolling.
Now, I've got an Orders reaction.
Yeah.
I can either play my Orders reaction before you roll your dice or at the end of your Orders phase. I can't play it during your Orders phase.
Yep.
And I'm going to play it at the end.
At the end of my orders.
Before your activation phase.
Right.
So you're going to leave that one there. Okay, roll away.
And that's going to put 3
Fatigues on me and 3 fatigues on you. So tell me what you rolled, Wayne. Just for the records, Wayne rolled
6 ones.
six commons. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yes. Okay, I'll let you think about that. So, as you saw from Wayne's dice, he rolled 2 on knights, 3 on sergeants, and he put 1 on God's host. I then played Discord, orders reaction, and I placed 3 fatigues on 3 of my units, 1, 2, 3. 3 fatigues on Wayne's. That was already there, so it's 1, 2, and 3 fatigues there. Off you go, Wayne. What are you going to do?
If you want to rest units, do you have to do it before they move?
Yes. Unless you've got a banner, which we haven't got.
Is that before any unit moves?
No, you can.
You're resting first.
Of that particular unit.
Alright, so I will spend a dice to rest the sergeants.
These ones here.
Yep. Fatigue.
I am, and I'm going to use. You're going to lure me out, aren't you? Okay, I'm going to hold on to my doubts, my activation reaction for a moment. No, I'm not. I'm going to. I am. I'm going to spend doubts. No, I'm not going to leave it. It doesn't affect you anyway. I shall do it in a minute. Sorry, Wayne. Carry on. And what are you going to do? You're going to shoot, aren't
I'm
you?
going to activate the sergeants to shoot.
Yes. So you're there. So you get 4 dice. I've got an armour of 4.
I'm going to play
You've got chinks in your armour.
chinks in armour.
So you can only double what you started. So you can only get the maximum of another 4 dice. So my armour is 4. I have nothing to play against. You've got no fatigue, so you're just hitting me on 4s.
And I need to re-roll my 6s.
Is that what it says?
Yeah.
You do, yeah. So you re-roll on 6s. You're hitting me on 4s and 5s, effectively.
2.
Hit me twice, so 2 to save on a 4, 5 or 6. And I did you a favour there, lost 2. Dang. From a rubbish dice roll.
I'll activate them to shoot again.
So they take a fatigue after they shot.
Yeah, I was thinking of charging him to charge him and charge these.
Okay, nothing I can do about it. So I could, but I'm not going to. So
And I'm going to use my combat bonus.
which gives you 2 more. So you get 6 dice. Hitting on 4s. Oh dear. That's a bit bad. Hit me 4 times. 7 on a 4, 5 or 6. I lost 1. It's ironic, isn't that? Still good shooting, eh? Killed a third of my, 1/4 of my unit down.
Okay, so these guys are outside of L,
They certainly are.
so they can use a free
They can, yeah.
movement.
I wonder where they're going.
And that activation can only be used to move, can it?
Yes. So you're just a nudge outside of L.
Or Diato.
Yes.
So when you say they can't
Charge me, no.
they can't charge it.
Because you're not within L, you're over L.
So he will activate Hearthguard with my will be done.
Yep.
Go up to M, yeah?
Yeah. Hide it behind the tree.
Can the Warlord's activation be used to order a unit to rest?
Yeah, it can be. And it can activate to shoot. That's the difference between 1 and 2 as well. Yeah. Before it used to be just moved.
And he can do that after he's moved, did you say?
Well, you used him to. Did you have a dice? You used the dice off him. So dice needs to come on. So yeah, you could move him up, and then you could move him in again if you wanted. But they should be over LOA, shouldn't they? Because they weren't within L. Were they within L before? Those half a guard.
They were within L of these guys when they moved in.
Ah, okay.
Which is why I had to use the dice to move.
Yes. Okay.
So he can move.
Yep.
Up to L.
Yep.
So, but he has to be within S
To give him the.
to order a unit.
He does, yeah.
So I could order those, or I could order those. What are the rules for fighting in a wood?
Obviously, if you're going into a wood, you have to move S to go into the wood. If you're foot, you're not inhibited at all. It's not like stony ground receiving a charge. So there are no. The only thing it does is slow you up, really. And I've got no woody type bonuses. I'm not Irish or Welsh or anything.
All right. So, are his options to order those guys to go in again, or remove a fatigue from here?
Yep. You can
You
do.
can't do both.
Sadly, no. Well, not sadly at all.
Well, go on then. We'll order those guys in.
In they go. Ugly.
Have you got any?
No, I've got nothing to slow you up or anything. So you go in and you get fatigue at the end
We'll
of it.
give them a fatigue.
We'll take the tree off so we can see what's going on.
Okay, so they've got plenty of movement.
Oh yeah, yeah. The difference between version 1 and version 2 again is that under the old rules it would only be in VS. Providing you contact with one figure, they all fight. So they've taken that away. So you've got fatigue.
Yep.
I have an armour of 3. You have an armour of 5. You generate 8 dice. I generate 4 dice. If I had just standard weapons, I could close ranks, but I can't. So now it goes on to your normal abilities.
I don't have any.
You have none at all. So you're going to pass.
Yep.
If I pass, then that will be it. But if I go, then we continue to go. So I'm going to spend Forest of Spears, which gives me 3 defence dice.
Yep.
And you're not limited by the number of defence dice you can have. So you pass again, because you have nothing. And the only option I have now is to use your fatigue to increase my armour to a 4.
I'll bring mine down.
I'll bring yours down. Yeah. Throwing that in my mind, isn't it? I want to affect the most dice, so I'm going to increase me to a 4. Okay, so your fatigue is gone. Okay, so we have melee. I need 5s, you need 4s.
7.
7, just the 7?
Just a 7.
Just the 1. Bugger.
So I'm saving on I say the number?
5s and 6s.
5s and 6s in melee.
Yeah, 5s and 6s.
No.
So I did kill one. So I've got 7, but I've got 3 defence dice. 5s and 6s. You rolled very well there, Wayne. And I rolled exceptionally badly.
You like?
I did. So I lost 6. I have to leave one in contact. 3.
A fair trade-off. 6 levy for 1/2 gold.
Do you think?
I think so. It's
Well,
fair, isn't it?
it's actually 2 to be fair. So, and I have to retire directly away from the way you came, so I have to come this way. Well, so then goes my shooting ability, Wayne.
We both get fatigue. So
You both got fatigue, yes.
still
I'll make sure I'm S away. S away. Fatigue. Fatigue. Are you done? I think you are.
oh, good.
You got 1 ability on your
On your night, on my knights.
knights.
But,
You had 2. Spent 1 with the warlord, didn't you? So
that's me done.
that's your done. So it's now my turn too. So I still generate 7 dice. Oh, that's yours. That's what I'm doing. I'm rolling yours. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I've got 1 on the board, which I'm going to leave on there.
On doubts, yeah.
On doubts, yeah. In fact, I should have used it over here. You played me there. So I rolled 2 6s, 4 swords, and 1 crescent. Let me have a think. Okay, so I rolled my dice. As I just explained, I've got effectively 3 on warriors,
Yep.
1 on perseverance, 1 on doubts, 1 on wholehearted, 1 on forest of spears, and 1 on horse of Maghreb. So because it's an orders phase, the horses of Maghreb. How do you say that, Wayne?
Maghreb. Maghreb.
Thank you. So straight away I do that, and it increases the movement of my horses.
Yep.
L plus S. L plus S. I'm now going to rest them. Okay. I'm now going to activate. 2, 3. You've got fatigue there, haven't you? So I'm going to spend a fatigue. No, sorry, spend a warriors, and they're going to charge them straight in. Okay. Contact if possible. So you have an armour of 5. I have an armour of 4. You've got 3, so you're 6 dice. I've got 8 dice. You have, because you've got standard weapons, you have the option to close ranks.
What does that do?
Okay, so close ranks, basically you spend half of your attack pool,
Yeah.
but it means that you, on your saving roll, you save on a 4, 5 or 6 rather than a 5 or 6. But it does also inhibit your attack pool to only double what it becomes. So it's up to you. So do you want to close ranks, or do you just want to...
Yeah, I'm going to close ranks.
So you're going to close ranks. That's quite a sensible thing to do. Okay, so I go first, and I can spend any of my melee abilities. I've got Wholehearted, which I could use. I've got Forest of Spears, which I could use, or your Fatigue. I'm going to spend your Fatigue to drop you down down to a 4. See, you've got God's Host. Which I don't know if it's entirely relevant there. So you're going to pass, I'm going to pass. So we're just straight melee, so it's 4's needed.
2.
4. So you save on a 4, 5 or 6.
Yep. 1.
And I don't save any. So I lost 2. And you lost 1. So technically I won the melee, although I don't feel I did. So you retire small away. And one thing we did forget to do,
How did you win that?
or did I lose 2, didn't I?
You lost 2 and I lost 1.
Oh shit. It gets even worse. Oh no.
Some Moorish special rule, is it?
Oh man, this is getting worse and worse. I can't win a melee. So when I retire, M away, sorry. And also, one thing we did forget earlier was part of the scenarios was that Wayne gets 1 bonus point for every melee he wins. So now he's up to 2. Which we're keeping that up. So that wasn't quite so good, was it?
He needs to go back.
Sorry? No, he wants to stay there.
To join the righteous.
Well, that wasn't quite so good. I was hoping to at least kill 1 more of that in there. That's a pain. Okay, so I can activate 3 foot units. So I have to nominate them. No, I'm not. I'm not going to do that. I'm going to do that in a minute. I'm going to do that in a minute. Think about it. Yes, I am. 3 foot units. 1. They go in there, they get a fatigue for a second activation, which isn't good. So them and them. So they'll rest.
Yep.
Unfortunately, I'm going to struggle to shoot you with because I'm not in the terrain and you're behind the terrain. I assume you're not supposed to be in it. There. And I don't think I can see you. By quirk of the rule, I think you survived there, Wayne. How very quirky of you. So I'm going to rest them. I'm going to move them that way. That way. There.
So can I now play God's Host?
So what does it say? After finish their activation, so you can, yes.
So I've got a Pilgrims unit.
In your warband, choose a unit of pilgrims. Until the end of the turn, it gets 4 bonus defense dice in both melee and shooting attacks. Against, so yeah, you get 4 defense dice. So which unit are you going to choose?
Use the middle one.
Those ones there. Okay. Well, that kind of does that. So he's going to go there, and they're just going to run down the archers. Got it done. Because I've got the bonus movement. Okay, so we have a melee. Your armour is free. My armour is free. However, I have javelins. So javelins, if you receive a charge against javelins against you, it drops your armour down by 1, so you're down to 2.
Okay.
So you've got 8 dice. I've got 8 dice. You can't close ranks because you are ranged. So that's great. You've got fatigue. I'm going to spend that to increase me to a 4. Okay. What are you? You've got 1 on. You've got nothing, have you?
Can I put any in defence or not? Is that not a thing anymore?
No, because you can only do that with standard troops, not with missile troops. So it's just as it is. So we roll. I have nothing else I want to spend. I pass. So you need 4s, and I need anything but a 1. And I've rolled 2 ones.
I need 4s.
You do.
5.
Jesus. Okay. Well, I need 6 on you. That's amazing. So 5 on me, 6 on you.
And what are we saving on?
5s and 6s. So I saved 1.
I didn't save any.
Oh, well, I lost 4. So in the scheme of things, you did actually quite well there. So how many did you lose? 6.
6.
6. 4 plus 2. You've got to leave 2 in contact. I assume you go back S.
Can I lose these 2?
Can I give you a bit of advice, actually? You were there, weren't you? Lose those 2, because if you die, you won't get any fatigue in them.
Well, you can't fall.
If you die through melee in the future,
Yeah.
they go back, they'll be out of range.
Yeah, but they're going to get a fatigue there anyway, aren't they?
Yeah, all I'm saying is if I kill you, and you're there,
Yeah.
they will get fatigue seeing broken friends. It's better to have them there.
Okay.
Trust me, I'm a doctor. But you do get fatigue as well.
Point for you.
Yeah, point for me, yeah. So I've got a point for winning a melee, albeit at a cost. All I've got is my warlord to move. Now let me put him. I'll leave him there actually, he's doing alright. So, didn't go as well as I planned, all of that. That comes off. So it's turn 3. You now generate, because you've got less than 4 figures there, so you don't generate these. So you've got 1, 2,
Casualties.
yes, where they came from, reserves. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And you still generate dice, even for the 2 half and guards. So you're still generating 6 dice. You roll 6 dice. Off you go. These are your yellows. This is my red. I think you don't use red, so it doesn't matter. So 6 dice.
Rolled a single 3 or 4, all even.
This is good news. I'm glad you're not wanting them. So what have you rolled?
No 6s, 3 1s and 3 3s.
Right, I'll let you have a think. Okay, so Wayne's put 1 dice on knights. He's put 2 on happy of the humble on orders, so he's going to want to do that straight away. He's got 2 on the Peasants Crusade, which is some sort of pimp for the pilgrims, and 1 on God's host. So I assume the first thing you're going to do, Wayne,
He's happy or the humble.
happy of the humble. So basically, what does that give you? To the end of the turn, your pilgrims have the same melee aggression as warriors, so they generate 1 dice per figure, and no longer considered unarmed. So when you shoot, if you shoot with them, there's a thing that knocks you down, but if you're going to shoot with them, I don't get that saving bonus. That's what that's for. Okay.
Then we'll do Peasants Crusade.
Peasants Crusade. So if you have a unit of pilgrims in your warband, activate all of your warrior and levy units. So you need to put a dice next to all your warrior and levy units then. You have to do them without exception. As well.
Okay,
So which one are you going to do first?
we'll do those guys.
What are you going to do with them?
If I shot, how many dice would I get?
So if you remember, if you've got 2 shock, I can cancel our activation by spending your 2 shock. So what's your question?
If I shoot, how many dice do I get?
You get 1. 1 might be enough though, because it drops me below 4 and I lose a dice.
Yeah,
Might be worth what you want to do.
I'm going to shoot.
So you're going to shoot 1 dice,
And do you wish to?
spend your fatigue, probably, having just told you that. So you spent that. So I'm going to. My armour is currently 3, and I'm going to spend both your fatigues, so I'm up to 5.
Okay, so not to cancel the activation.
No, I'll let you shoot. Right.
You might as well just cancel the activate.
Yeah.
If you can spend 2.
Yeah, I might just cancel the activation. Yeah. Fair comment. Yeah.
Activate these
To do what?
to. They're going to rest.
They're going to rest. Well, I'm going to use doubts then, and I want you to put the fatigue onto the half guard.
Okay.
So you've got 3 more to spend.
Activate these
Yep.
to go into those guys.
Oh, that's not very nice, is it? Okay, so do you want me to move them for you?
Yes, please.
So they can contact they do. So not too pleasant. Bring your fatigue with you, but I don't think I'm going to be there for too long. Right, with your 12 dice, and I've got 4 dice. You've got 1 fatigue, and I've got 1 fatigue. So you go first with any abilities you've got.
I'm not playing any abilities.
Well, I will. I'll spend this. Gain 2 attack dice for each of the enemy's fatigues, so I get 2 more attack dice. And it says also gain 2 defense dice for each of your fatigues, so I get 2 defense dice. So now you can spend my fatigue if you want, or sorry, your armour is 3. My armour is also 3. Do you want to pass or?
You've got a fatigue, have you?
I have got a fatigue, yes.
So I could spend that to lower you to
2. You could.
or up me to 4.
Yep.
You up me to 4. Sorry, I'm going to spend your fatigue to up me to 4.
Yeah, so what did I do that for? And I'm going to spend your fatigue. I need to affect as many dice as possible. I'm going to up me to 4 as well. You've got more dice than me, haven't you?
Yep.
Seems logical to do that. So 4's needed then.
4's around. Oh dear, it's not very good at all. 3.
3 for me also. So I rolled 3 plus 2. 2 defense dice.
Saving on 5s and 6s.
5s and 6s.
1.
Oh wow! And I lost 3. No, sorry, I beg your pardon. I saved 2. You hit me 3 times, so I lose 1, which is unfortunate. So now I lose a dice. And you lost how many? 1. So you won another melee. No, I lost 1.
On a draw, isn't it a defender?
Yes, yes, you're quite right. So yeah, you go back. So I actually get a point for that. I technically won, which I don't feel I did because I lost to the Saga dice. Do you want me to move you backwards?
We get a fatigue.
We both get fatigue at the end of it for our pleasure. I think you rolled reasonably badly there, Wayne, really.
I was hoping to hit more than 3 times. But,
I'm glad you didn't. So, yes. So you've got them to go. They've got no fatigue. They've got fatigue, haven't they? Yeah.
I'm going to activate them to rest.
Yep, fair enough. So your dice is off, so your yellow count is gone. That's wise.
Then I will be done. Activate them to
Go in.
go in.
Yeah.
Get stuck here.
Send the women in first. Look, women and children, Wayne.
Yeah.
Have you got no pride?
Pride at all.
In they go.
No.
Oh, wrong group. He's keen.
Put those in as well if you like.
Yeah, no. You've got enough there already, I think. So this is 3 more. So you've got 12 dice again. He says surprised.
Surely these guys can be a bit better.
My armour is 4, your armour is 3. I've got, how many in my unit there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Oh, God, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
10 in it,
Yeah, because it was a unit of 12 before.
Was it?
Yeah, it was, yeah. 7, 10. Sorry? It was a unit of 10.
You've got 9.
Oh, it's 9, is it?
Unless your priest counts as 2.
Oh, yeah. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Oh, sorry. Oh, this is yours.
Mine.
Oh, it's yours.
Trying to convert it.
To Islam. I thought it was mine. Facing the wrong. Because your guy was facing the wrong way. That was why he was facing towards me. Right. So I've now got the option, if I want to close ranks.
Yeah.
You got fatigue. Oh, you took the fatigue off.
They rested.
You did, didn't you? That was cunning. So what I'm going to do, I want to survive. So I'm going to spend, you have to spend half. When you do, you have to go over, so it's 5.
Yeah.
So I'm going to improve my saving roll. Closing ranks.
Okay.
So you go first.
I'm not playing any dice.
I'm going to play Forest of Spears, which gives me 3 defense dice. I assume you're passing. I'm going to pass because I've got nothing.
You haven't got any fatigue, have you?
Nope. So I need 3s and you need 4s.
Five.
5 and 3 on you. 5 plus. Oh, I actually killed a couple. So 5 on me. So I save 1, 2, 3, 4. And my saving roll was improved 5. So the closing ranks was actually worth 1 figure after all that. Perhaps I shouldn't have done it, but didn't lose any. So I won a melee, so my counter goes up to 3, and you retire.
You said these guys were good.
They are good, it's just the way you're using them. I love them.
Could be SOM.
So you've won 2 melees, and now I've won 3. Some of them were over here, so you probably
SOM.
yeah. Okay, so that's it, isn't it?
No, still got knights.
You've got your midgets. Or your warlords, remember.
Yeah, I've just had that. I can't remain charging.
How many dice does the warlord get? Is it 5?
In melee,
Yeah.
I think it's 8.
8.
Yeah, 8. I will check that. I'm fairly certain he's 8. He's a fairly potent. No, sorry, no, it's 5. I beg your pardon. No, it is 8. His armour is 5. He's got an aggression of 8.
Was that leaving right out in the open?
I hope so. Have you got fatigue?
I have.
But we're S away, aren't you? Because we had a melee before. We're exactly S away.
I'm going to activate these guys.
Yep. Okay. And that's your turn over, isn't it? So it's my turn. How many dice do I generate? Not them anymore. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 dice. I've got no dice on the table. Missing a black dice. Where's the other one gone? There it is. I can only roll 6 dice anyway. So I rolled 2 rares, 2 of everything. I'll have a think. Okay, so it's my turn 3. I put 1 on Warriors, a rather expensive one. I needed to do it. Storm of Blades, Perseverance, but it's a rare, so I can activate 3 units, which obviously is going to be. I could activate 2 mounted, I suppose, on the Warlord. Wholehearted and Forest of Spears. So first things first, I'm going to do Perseverance and activate 3. 3 foot units, obviously. Not quite what I wanted. I didn't think that out very well. 1, 2. Three. So can't activate mounted. So that's going to be a rest. That's going to be a rest. That one, I need to get them involved. You cunningly place them the other side of the wood, Wayne. So I'm moving them that way, so they're actually there. No machine, you're after fire now.
Play my God's Host.
Yep, play your God's Host. Which unit is going to benefit? Be the benefactor. Who are you going to give the magic? The golden ticket. Willy Wonka's golden ticket. Who's going to get it? That's a good way of doing it, yep, fair enough. Okay, it won't be them I'm charging then, will it?
Tempt you over this way a bit.
Maybe, yeah. Okay, I'm going to activate a warrior unit. It's either going to be them. It's going to be them. And I'm going to charge the other unit. You don't leave me too much of a choice there, really, do you? I'm going to go in there. Like that. How many have I got? Most of them away. 9.
Still 9.
9. Still 9. It hasn't gone up at all. So my armour is 4. Your armour is 3. This time you only generate. How many figures you got? You still generate 4 dice anyway.
4 dice.
3, 6, 9. You got fatigue, haven't you? I'm going to leave that on. I kind of like the odds actually. I'm going to spend your fatigue. How many dice are you going to get? 4. I need to do something to you. Drop you down to a 2, so spend your fatigue.
Can I close ranks or not?
Sadly not. You've got an improvised weapon, remember? So are you passing? You have nothing, so I could spend these, but I see no point. I'm going to go for it. I need to start being a bit more dynamic. Can't spend that. Could reuse that. No, that's it. Come on. 4s and 2s.
What?
Knocked that. 4 on you. I can try and knock it, so I'll say it's 1 on me, 4 on you. I don't save it.
Save 1.
You lose 3. Still more than 6 though, isn't it?
7.
So they still generate a unit. So I won a melee, so it's 4. And you go back, S.
Fatigue.
Yep, tickles. Directly away. My warlord's going to go this way.
Is there no Warlord's Pride now?
Yeah, only if you charge. It used to be on version 1, if you were in range you had to charge them. The rules now with Warlord's Pride are if you charge someone you have to charge them, so you can move. So I have no pride. To there, like that, and he's going to get them to charge them. Okay?
Yep.
In they go. Don't know why I'm doing that, because I'm going to get fatigued for that. Stupid, really. I don't want to do that. Well, I've done it now anyway, it's too late, isn't it? Your armour is 3. My armour is 3 also. You go down to 1 to 2, because you're receiving a charge from javelins. I've got 3 dice, you've got 2 dice.
Spend your fatigue.
You can. I go first.
Sorry, yeah.
Which I'm not going to spend, I'm going to pass. So you can spend my fatigue to... What are you going to do?
I'm going to make me harder to hit.
Okay. Right, so it's 3 sneaks then.
2.
2. For all that. 5s and 6s. 2 die.
2 die.
So you lose a unit. More importantly, broken friends. So they take a fatigue for broken friends. I lose 2 as well. Interestingly, technically, you technically won that. So you get 1 on the victory bonus point.
Yeah.
That's cheesy.
Right.
And that's me cooked. So it's now your 4th turn.
You're not got anything else? You're not doing anything else?
No, that's it, mate. That's it.
You're keeping those on the table?
Yeah, I am. Yes. So you roll your dice. You've still got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 dice still.
This is turn 4, is it?
Yep. What are you going to roll?
I've
One
done a
flag.
U, 2 of everything.
2 of everything. It's entirely out.
Same as you.
Yeah, well done. So Wayne's placed his dice. He's got two on Knights, 1 on Blessing of the Righteous, Peasants Crusade, which he's going to use in any second now, and 1 on God's Host. So Peasants Crusade is the first, I'm sure.
Yep.
Pimps basically the pilgrims.
Well, it activates.
Oh, it's an activation of a.
Yeah.
If you have a unit of pilgrims in your warband, activate all of your warrior and levies. These do not generate fatigue. So it's like a mass generation, isn't it?
Yeah. Actually, what we'll do first is we will use his ability to rest these.
Yep. Then you'll play the
Then
peasants.
we'll play Peasants Crusade.
So you've got a dice on them and them,
So
and those as well. Your cap. Yeah.
So
Okay. What are you going to do?
start with these guys. They're going to go back in and have a go at you.
That's not very nice, is it? Good Lord. This time you're not pimped by that horrible ability, are you? But you're still looking good though. So I've got, your arm's free. So I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 8 dice. And you've got how many?
7 figures.
So you get 3 dice. 8 dice. I can go first. I can decide whether I want to close ranks, etc., etc. What have you got on your board that you're going to use against me? Let's have a look.
I'm going to use Blessing of the Righteous.
In a mode, let me think if I want to close ranks first, because that's the very first thing I have to do. Blessing of the Righteous. I'm not going to close ranks. I'm going to stay as I am.
Okay.
Okay.
So I will use Blessing of the Righteous.
Which, what does that do? I cannot.
You can't suffer more casualties than my own women.
So it's free. You can only suffer a maximum of 3. Okay. Which is nice.
You doing anything?
Looking at what else, you've got 2 on your knights, haven't you? Something else is coming. I have to assume that probably those. Let's have a little look. See, did we establish they were in range? They are, aren't they? So let's assume you're going to do that, or you're going to do that, but you can only do it once. So I'm going to. You've got no fatigue. You will have fatigue. Hold on to that. You've only got 3 attack dice. You'll be hitting on 3s. I'll pass.
Okay.
No, I'm sorry, I'll rephrase that. I will not close ranks. You go first. That's my apologies. Now you go first. What are you going to do?
Blessing of the Righteous.
Sorry?
Blessing of the Righteous.
Blessing of the Righteous. You had something on there, didn't you?
Yeah.
But which you said you're going to use it. So you can only suffer a maximum of 3 fatigue. 3. Okay, now I pass.
Now spend your fatigue.
What are you going to do?
Bring me up to a 4.
I'm going to pass again.
Yep.
So 4's needed. You've got 3, I've got 8.
What?
4. I don't save it. I'm saved the thing all day.
Saved 1.
So you lose 3, which is what your thing was anyway, wasn't it? 7.
Pick for you. Fatigue for me.
Fatigue. How many did you lose?
3.
So I get a pick for that. And you retire small away.
But never mind. Okay, activate these guys to rest.
Yep.
Activate these guys.
The warriors. Yep. What are you going to do with them?
Oh, yes,
What are you going to do? What are you trying to do? Get close to those guys to...
We're going to end up here.
Oh, okay. You can do that. Threatening my flank.
Plenty of room to
There you are, loads of room. Now back to the Half-and-Guard. What are you going to do?
dice to activate these guys.
Okay, what to do?
I'm going to move.
Not charge.
I guess they could charge, couldn't they? But maybe on one dice. Give a little bit of protection.
Does he need it?
Then that's all. We'll activate these guys.
Yep. What are you doing?
Move. Activate for movement.
Okay, let me think. 'Cause you've got fatigue. You're not charging. Because you have to declare a charge. So you're moving.
Suspend it.
So I will suspend it. Yes, I do. I'm going to slow them down to an S.
An S.
Yes, mate, an S.
Outrageous.
It is outrageous, isn't it? So put the L marker away. You don't need that. Always skulking off, look. Call yourself guard. Right,
done?
it is. So I've got, it's my turn, my fourth turn it is, I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, oh, 1, 2, 3, 4, I've still got 6 dice, believe it or not. And I've got 4 on the board, 4 to use, so 4 to lift. I'll take that off, it's not rare. You've got just 1 dice on your board, haven't you?
Yep.
Take that off. So 6, I'm leaving Storm of Blades on. So I've rolled 1 rare and 5 daggers. Okay, so I placed my dice. 2 on Jund, my Half Guard. Storm of Blades was there already. I put a rare on Perseverance. I've got a sword on Forest of Spears for my defense dice, and I've got 2 on Discord to allocate fatigue as I see fit. Because at the beginning of my turn, I had these 3 were out of S or M of each other. Is it M or S? S of each other. They each took a fatigue, which is a bit of a pain in the arse. So, first things first, I'm going to rest my Half Guard. Next, I'm going to activate 3 units of mounted. 1, 2, and over here, the Forgotten, we call them. Like that. Now my Warlord's going to go to within S of him, and he's going to order him. You can spend the fatigue to slow him down if you want, but I don't think we're going to do that. I'm going to move him to there. And now is the rash moment. I'm going to charge.
Does that give him another fatigue?
That's his first move. Resting doesn't accumulate.
Second activation, isn't it?
Yeah, but the first one was a rest, so it doesn't count. Rests don't accumulate towards fatigue. And the final one, this is a bit mad. Over here, because I can see them inching towards the base edge, which is a bit perilous from my point of view. I'll take a fatigue. This is a gamble, I admit. So my armour is 4, because I'm javelin. You're 5, down to 4, receiving a charge against javelin also. We both get 8 dice. Like that. No closing our ranks. So I go first. And I'm going to spend Storm of Blades, and you may re-roll all your attack dice that do not score a hit. It's Wayne's turn.
That's what you're choosing, yeah?
Yep.
I'm going to spend your fatigue. To make me harder to hit.
So push that up to 5 then. So it's 5s and 4s. I've got nothing else I can do, but I'm re-rolling hits.
Okay.
Okay. It's only 5s. And I didn't roll any, so I'm glad I got the re-roll. I didn't roll a single 5. Look at your dice, Wayne.
That time they came good.
Look at those. Look, so I rolled 8 dice and didn't hit me once, and you rolled 8 and hit me 5 times.
6 times.
6 times, sorry for correcting me. Shh, come on, dice. Only 5s. So I've got 2. That's awful. So you hit me 6 times. So you've got 2 to save, and I want to get at least 1.
We're saving
5s and 6s.
1.
Killed 1, which is good. 6, you could wipe me out here. I need a bit of your luck. Will you roll these dice for me?
You don't need my luck, then you've got plenty of your own.
I saved 2. 4 die, I don't think so.
Oh, nice.
So did I need your luck? Yes, I did.
I'll have a pip for that then.
More than a pip, you'll probably win the game.
You did say it was rash.
It was rash, wasn't it?
Fatigue for me.
Oh, Graham, what are you doing? So it's turn 5. So you roll how many dice?
I need you to calculate it.
Okay, so you've got 1.
Less than 6.
Not there now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That was a massive turn for you. That's going to win you the game. So what did you roll?
So I've kept 1 on my board.
Yep, that's fine. So you've got
1 flag.
2 helmets, 2 horses. So the reason why I did that charge into the half guard, just to clarify, was I was conscious of Wayne's half guard creeping towards the edge to deny him those 3 victory points from the scenario. But in doing so, I was hoping for mutual destruction, and all I did is mutually destroy myself, which was a bit of a shame. Okay, so Wayne had 1 flag which he put into the activation pool, and he re-rolled, and the dice are as you see them. He's got, I didn't take a picture. He's got 2 in knights, 2 in sergeants, a flag in without fear of being wounded. He's got a horse in set an example, and he had God's host, which he had there before. Now it's my turn. He's completed his orders phase. I've got discord, so I'm going to place 3 fatigues on my own units and 3 fatigues on his units. So obviously it's going to be 1. Where's his? He's got 2 knights. Right. Nothing on pilgrims though. So the pilgrims aren't going to move, so I don't need to really worry too much over it, do I? Unless he's going to dance around. 2 warriors. Might not do that. Put it on them, and I'll put it on the. There's 2 on the.
Has to be on non-exhausted units. Well, that's fine. They're not exhausted.
It's not exhausted, so the warlord is not. I'm just putting it on the warlord.
2 on the.
On the warrior.
2 on the warrior.
No, I can't put 2. There was one there before.
Yeah.
So there was one there before, wasn't there? So I'll put it on there. So he's now got 2. Okay, so now what are you going to do to me?
You've got 3.
Oh, free to point you, yeah, can I? Of course. Oh. May I have 3 markers, please, Wayne?
Quite good to you, eh?
Yeah, isn't it funny? Put it on myself, but not on you. So it's going to go on them. So it's going to go on the half guard, the warriors, and the warlord. Just slow. Are you wading through treacle, Wayne?
Okay.
What are you going to do?
So I'm gonna use his. So I'm gonna use them. His mind will be done to rest these guys.
Yeah, his command to rest them once. Yep. Move the fatigue.
activate them
To move once.
to charge those guys.
Ooh,
Yeah.
in you go. I have an armour of 4. I have an armour of 4. I've got 7 this time. You've got 8.
Are you closing ranks?
I'm just looking at your board. You've got reroll defense dice. You're not expecting to lose. If you've got to win the melee to get that, set an example, which I assume is what you're after. Clearly. Yes, I'm going to close ranks because I think it works. So I'm closing ranks. Okay.
Okay, I'm going to set an example.
Set an example. So if you win, you then can
Yep.
affect 2 others. You've got no fatigue. I'm going to spend this. It gives me 3 defense dice.
I'm going to spend your fatigue to make it easier to hit.
By 1. Down to 3. I have nothing, so I pass.
Then I'm going to spend my fatigue to...
You haven't got any fatigue. My fatigue.
No, spend your second fatigue.
Yep.
Can't know you again, can I?
Yeah, you can.
Can I?
Yeah.
Make you know you again. Okay.
I pass.
Yep.
That's it. Okay, so you need anything but a 1, and I need 4. So I roll nothing. My dice continues.
7.
You hit me.
You said anything but a 1.
I did, yeah, I did. So 7. I didn't hit you at all. 7. But I'm saving on a 4, 5, or 6. This is where I find out if that ability has worked or not. 4's up. Save 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I lose 1. I'll tell you what, that was well worth it, I think. There's 4 4s in there. That was huge. Closing ranks, wasn't it? Effectively you won, so you've got
Fatigue each.
a fatigue each for the pleasure.
Right, so I did win the melee.
You
so
did.
I can set an example.
You can.
Choose 1 or 2 other units within M of your unit.
Of my unit. Is it of your unit?
My unit.
Your unit.
If you win this melee, each of these units gets 3 bonus attack dice and 3 bonus defense dice during the next melee they participate in this turn.
Yeah.
So, can they choose themselves or not?
Oh, what does it say?
2
other units.
So I would say
Other
no.
is the key word. So
So, I'm going to these guys.
yeah, the half and guard.
Half guard.
Okay. Yeah, it's a good way of doing it.
Right. Okay, can I activate
The half and guard.
half guard?
Are they within S? That's my question. They are. So nothing I can do.
Wish to slow them down?
Well, what, from M to S? No, I don't, because they're within S anyway. I assume you're charging me, are you?
I am.
Well, now in you go, I think is the expression. So my armour is 4. Your armour is 5. You get 4 dice. I get 6 dice. Believe it or not. got fatigue as well, haven't you?
I've got 3 bonus attack dice from set of example.
You do. So that comes off.
Are you closing ranks?
I should declare that first before you do that. Well, you've got that anyway, so.
Sorry, so black. The idea with the army is to like have the middle bit.
Yes, I am.
And then the other two.
Closing ranks.
Okay.
You go first.
I'm going to spend your fatigue to make you easier to hit.
I'm going to spend your fatigue to make me harder to hit.
Spend yours to make you easier to hit.
There we go.
Yeah, let's go with that.
Okay. I need 5, you need 3. Come on, dice. Well, I've actually rolled 2 5s.
6,
6.
2. So I'm looking for
5s and 6s, or not. Oh, Lord! I'm on 4s, remember? So I say, I only lose 1.
God, that unit has been
Bulletproof.
nailed.
I rolled 3 4s there as well. Point of note. So closing ranks does work.
So, but it's another victory for the good guys.
Well, good is relative, I suppose.
Fatigue each.
To go.
You also get quite a small army as well.
Yep.
There's no point having rubbish uniforms.
Okay.
What are you going to do?
Yeah, an army. There's no point having medium, an army or medium.
How far does the warlord move?
L. Or M&M to be precise.
Could send those back in, couldn't they?
You could.
Give them another fatigue.
They will go in with 2 fatigues, yeah. But you could get your revenge on them.
Are they generating a dice at the point?
Mine are, yeah. They need to be less than 4. So you need to kill 2.
I activated those, they've got fatigue, so you could reduce those to short.
Exactly.
So they can't get it.
They've got fatigue on them already, have they? Yep, so.
We'll activate those to charge again.
Okay, so pop them in then. Get another fatigue. My armour is 4. Your armour is 5. I've got 5 dice. So you've got a second fatigue now, haven't you? Yeah.
Closing.
No, I'm not. No, I'm not. Drum roll.
I am going to spend your fatigue to make you easier to hit.
I'm going to spend your fatigue to make you easier to hit.
I'm going to spend your fatigue to make you easier to hit.
And I'm going to spend your fatigue to make you easier to hit.
I'm going to spend play without field being wounded.
So you re-roll
Any defense dice.
any. Yes, quite. Well, that's what I thought you would do. So I pass. We're done, aren't we?
Yep.
So I need 3s. You need anything but a 1. Oh, shit.
So 4.
3 on you.
So I'm saving on 5s, re-rolling. Yeah.
Yep. 2 6s.
Just a 1.
Kill 1. And I save 2, lose 2. So I lose a dice.
1 off and a fatigue. A pip for me, please.
Pick my state, red dice. Fatigue for me. They've done well, but at a cost, I think.
So, last activation will be with the sergeants. I can't rest. I'm going to activate them to move.
You cav.
Wish to come up to a short.
These guys here, I do. So we're not going very far at all.
New.
Remember, the first one has to be within S. They all need to be within S for the first figure you move. Might be a little bit of a challenge actually moving S, so it's going to...
Just going to line it up here.
Yeah.
Okay. Is that okay?
Yeah, that's fine.
Tidy. Okay, that's me done.
So it's my last turn. I've got 4 dice. Didn't roll any rares. I'll have a think. I think you might have nicked it. So there's 2 on. Okay, so rolled my dice. As you saw, they're pretty rubbish. 2 on warriors.
Yep.
1 on wholehearted.
Yep.
And 1 on Forest of Spears.
Okay.
It's the last turn of the game. I feel Wayne's on 7 victory points plus whatever we amass for everything else, and I'm on 5, so he's clearly up. So I need to do something, dare I say, a little rash.
Okay. Good.
Now is the time. So I'm going to activate them to move once, 6, and I'm going to activate them a second time to charge your warlord. Bit risky, I sense. So I'm going with fatigue. You have an armour of 5. I have an armour of 4. You have 8 dice. I have 6 dice. I go first.
Can I close ranks?
On a horse. Interesting. No, you can't close ranks, so no. It's a nice idea. I'm going to use wholehearted. Gain 2 attack dice for each of the enemy's fatigues. So I go up to 8. You've only got 1 fatigue. And 2 defense dice for each of your units' defeat. So I get 2 defense dice as well. You now go.
I'm going to spend your fatigue to make me harder to hit.
And I'm going to spend your fatigue to leave you as your armour 5. So I'm really gambling here because I feel I've lost the game.
Are you doing Forest of Spears as well? As well?
Yes, I am. Forest of Spears with 3 more defence dice.
So not going to fight again, are they?
No, this is it. This is the last turn of the game.
Might as well do it.
Yeah. So I need 5s, you need 4s, and I need a lot of luck. But I might have done it. I've hit him 5 times. Incredible.
And he hit you twice, 3 times.
3 times. I'll live with that. So I've hit you 5 times. You save on a 5 or 6. This is a very interesting one.
How many wins has he got?
Yeah, I need to 4 times, effectively.
So once you've killed him then.
I've killed him. He's deed.
Done.
And you hit me how many times? 3 times. 3. What's that? 1, 2, 3. I've saved them all. Superb. So I take a fatigue. Your man dies. Broken friends with fatigue there as well. That's interesting. Now, my warlord. I am tempted. Would it tip the balance? I'm out of range of your singleton Halfengard, which is a shame. I could charge you there. Am I going to wipe your unit out? No. But I've got to do something. I don't think this is enough to tip the balance in my... Oh! Wayne. Little victory point.
Oh yeah.
Let's not forget. And this is the last turn of the game. Do I charge your pilgrims? You've got 3 dice. I've got nothing to lose. I'm going to charge you because you only roll 3 dice anyway. How many dice you got there? 4, 8, 11. You roll 4 dice. You know, so I've got 8 dice. You've got 4. Your armour is 3. My armour is 5.
Could have played my God's
Actually,
Host.
I need to look. Sorry.
Could have played my God's Host.
Warlord.
Kill my warlord.
5-4. It's not javelin. Yeah, it would have been on subsequent, wouldn't it? You can't close ranks, but you've got 2 fatigues. I'm going to spend 1 fatigue to drop you down to a 2, not 5. I have no fatigues. You pass, I assume?
Well, yeah, I should have played that after you killed my warlord.
Should have done.
Would have given me 4 extra defence dice.
I'm a friendly guy, I'll give it to you if you want. We'll just remember it when they're totalling up. Yeah, have them if you want it, I don't mind.
Okay, I'll play God's Host then.
That was your intent, wasn't it? Was it your intent?
No point leaving it on the board.
And I'll spend your other fatigue in a 6. So meet you on anything but a 1.
Okay.
Because you can miss on 1s always, can't you? Roll 2 1s. So it was 6 times. No.
So, 5s and 6s.
And I hit you how many times?
6 times.
6 times, yep. Oh Lord, look at that lot.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of them.
Killed 1, which is good because it gives me another victory point, if nothing else. So you lose 1, and you withdraw. You get fatigue, I get fatigue, and we just got to total up now, haven't we?
Okay.
So we've now had 5 turns each. We're now going to total up. Here's one I sense Wayne might have done it. He sense I might have done it. So it's quite close. So it says here, survival points are generally awarded at the end of the scenario. Each player earns them for their own figures which survived the game. The opposite of massive points. They are won by eliminating units. Therefore, survival points require preservation of troops. At the end of the game, each of your units still on the table is assigned a value in survival points based on its figures included at the end of the game. So, their value is kept as 2 points for each hero, including those. So I get 2 points for him.
You guys can't take the score.
We are. 1 point for each Halfengard in the unit. So you get 1 point for Halfengard. So you get... And you've got this fellow over here as well.
Yeah, you've got 4 down there.
Halfengard?
Yeah, aren't they Hearthguard?
No.
Warriors, aren't they?
Warriors. Points equal to half the number of warriors in the unit rounded up. So I've got half equal to the number of warriors in the unit rounded up. So I've got 1 in the unit, it says. 3, half, so that'd be 2. How many bowmen? I've got 6, so that'd be 3. Yes, they are, yeah. They are warriors. No, they're warriors. No, they're heavy, aren't they? They're heavy,
There's
yeah.
12 of them at the start.
So we'll come to that in a minute. And we've got 2 there for the warriors there. A third for the number of levy rounded up.
You've got a
So,
warrior unit here as well.
oh yeah, forgot about them. Thank you. So it's 3 there. So a third. So I've got 6. So I only get 2 for the levy.
A third rounded up.
It's a third. So you,
Rounded up.
yes, third equals a third rounding up. Yeah.
So 4 there is 2.
Yeah.
9 there is 3.
1 bonus point if the unit. 1 bonus point if the unit is generating a Saga dice. So 1. Oh God, this is not good. 2, 3, 4. So I get 4 bonus points. How many Saga dice do you generate?
You tell me.
You've got 1, 2, 3. So you get 3. The value of surviving mercenaries is halved. Deduct 1 point from your total for each of the units which was eliminated. So how many units have I wiped out?
You wiped out the bowman. And the warlord.
So you lose 2 points off that there. I lost the Half-and-Guard, which was 3, down to 3, 4 to 3. But everything else survived, including him. He survived, they survived, they survived. I've lost bits of everything, but I didn't lose any points. So now we add up all our points. How many have you got?
Not enough.
I think it's
14.
I got 15. So I beat you by 1 point.
Great. Okay.
Elbow, virtual elbow, thank you very much. Good game?
Yeah.
Close, wasn't it? I mean, look at that. That's how close it was, the combat. Excellent. Thank you for the game, Wayne.
Pleasure. Pleasure. Thank you.
Yes, what a fantastic game that was. Really enjoyed playing that. Played in a great spirit, and Wayne is a good opponent. I look forward to playing him again and playing Saga again. It's renewed my enthusiasm in Saga. So take care, everybody, and hopefully I'll see you soon across the table.